Hello and good day, I'm Joanne and this is Rocket Boom. The rise of dead zones has been all over the news lately. Rutger Rosenberg of the University of Gothenburg in Sweden reported in a recent edition of the journal Science that there are more than 400 dead zones around the world, double what the United Nations reported just 2 years ago. According to marine biologists, coastal dead zones now comprise around 245,000 square kilometers across the world, an area the size of the entire state of Oregon. South America, Ghana, China, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Portugal and Britain have all been affected, and the situation appears to be getting worse. Ironically, nitrogen found in fertilizer used for promoting agricultural growth is now considered to be one of the primary causes of dead zones and is thus inadvertently killing sea life. The phenomenon, called eutrophication, is caused by industrial pollution as well as runoff water containing phosphates and nitrates into oceans. This avalanche of pollution has caused an explosion of nitrogen-loving algae in coastal areas which dies and then sinks to the bottom of the sea. There, they are decomposed by microbes that consume large amounts of dissolved oxygen, which in turn decreases the amount of oxygen available in the lower layer of water, a process called hypoxia. For the fish and crustaceans that live on the seafloor, this renders their ecosystem uninhabitable as the microbes release toxic gases. In the US, for instance, the largest dead zone is at the mouth of the Mississippi River, likely due to chemical runoff. Research also suggests that global warming is another primary cause of this rapid growth of ocean desert. As a result of rising water temperatures, the water on top of the ocean, which is more rich with oxygen, circulates less with the colder water in the lower depths, and thus contributes to the large zones underwater that become essentially void of life. It's like you've got to go around, but not through. So what, if anything, can be done? We could chart a huge ship to tow the melting ice from the Arctic into the dead zones, infusing huge chunks of oxygen into the region. We could inject chemicals into the clouds so the rain will fall whenever flying overhead. Research has noted that any return to pre-industrial levels of nutrient input into global waters would be unrealistic, but said an appropriate management goal would include reduction to levels used in the middle of the past century. While chemical companies are under pressure to reduce the nitrogen content of their fertilizers, something they've been pretty reluctant to do, now would be a good time to enjoy seafood while you can. It may not be around forever.